Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright. I'm your oyster, baby. You're my pearl.
William!
What?
We're here!
Ha-ha!
We're both wearing black T-shirts with very funky designs
And
on.
we didn't even send each other a memo to say that.
No. Mine is from my pal, Matt, in England. He has a clothing company called Hard Times Clothing. They do not sponsor the show. They don't sponsor me in any way. He's just a pal. And he makes really fun clothes, usually around kind of fan art.
And mine
stuff.
is from a lovely Glasgow company called 40. And they make fantastic clothing that I absolutely love. So go and get your 40 clothing. They also don't sponsor the show.
Well, they look beautiful around your midriff.
Yeah, and your boobs.
Yeah, around your boobies. How's everything going with you? Anything to report this week?
Tom, just getting on with it, Tom.
Yeah.
No, things are good. What have you been doing?
Well, our friend Nigel has been staying here. He and I jumped in with my trainer today, Stevie. And my favourite thing to work out is abs. What's your favourite thing to work out?
Shoulders.
Lovely. So we did a relatively normal, for me, ab-heavy workout.
Yeah.
And I think Nigel really felt the benefit of it because we're all going out for dinner tonight. And I said to Nigel, if we really pump it up at 10 in the morning, and it's 6 tonight when we're enjoying some lovely dinner, we'll think, I can feel the benefit of that.
I'm bulking up.
How's the bulk going?
Going good.
We're going to have to get you a set of scales.
Right then.
Let's do that.
Hey, remember when we said, what's a good thing to say to someone if you're pretending you've never seen Lord of the Rings before?
Oh, yeah.
And someone sits you down and says, watch this movie.
Yeah.
And you say, well, I've never seen it. What would annoy that person?
Yeah.
Well, a few people have sent in with something.
Oh, great.
Dave from Barnegat, which is in New Jersey, says, always get Gandalf's name wrong. You either say Dumbledore or Ganondorf.
Oh, that's good.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's a good
people
one.
don't like getting the names wrong.
Well, you shouldn't be getting Gandalf wrong because would you describe him as the iconic wizard in fantasy fiction? I would think so, right?
What's the one in Arthur's time?
Merlin, good shout.
Maybe Merlin?
Merlin is a good shout.
Thanks.
But I think he's second. Mike from Chicago said you could every so often say, wait, which one is the mother of dragons? Which I like, which is a Game of Thrones reference. Or you could say, is Gollum one of those White Walker guys? Again, confusing it for Game of Thrones. Lovely stuff.
Remember a couple of weeks ago we were trying to work out Fahrenheit and Celsius and centigrade and all that?
Yeah.
Well, Adrian, location unknown, says a level chemistry teacher taught me this.
Well, I have to stop you for a second. A-level chemistry taught me this, not a level chemistry.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, I wonder what a level chemistry is.
A-level is just, you've left school and now you're studying it in higher education. You're taking your A-levels.
I would say Adrian, location unknown, is probably in the UK then.
I would agree with that.
Thank you. Celsius is the measure of temperature.
Aha.
Centigrade is the type of measurement it is.
Okay.
But people use the two interchangeably because Celsius is the only centigrade scale we use day to day.
I understand. So Celsius is the centigrade scale that has become common practice. So nowadays we use both those words interchangeably.
Got it.
Nice. We were also sent a tongue twister from Jessie K in Nebraska. Any ideas where Nebraska might be? That took you 4 goes. You've only got 2 hands. Go on.
If this...
I still think it's the wrong way round.
Hold on.
Florida's on the west coast. There you go.
Oh, Christ. Right. If that was a map of the United States of America,
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
New York,
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
where would you say is Nebraska? That's a hard one, actually.
I think, I'm sure I'm totally way off here, but I got the feeling that Nebraska was kind of central north.
Nebraska.
Nebraska? So I'm going to say center of your hand up a little bit to your left. Stop.
There?
Down.
Way up there?
I think down a little bit. That's more like Maine, isn't it? I think you go down, right. Stop. I'm going to say there's Nebraska.
Middle and just a little bit. Hold on, I'll see if it's on this map that we've got in the wall here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Indiana.
Jesse K will
DC.
know, since Jesse K's from Omaha, Nebraska.
No, we'll need to look at that one, Tom, because I've got absolutely no idea where Nebraska is.
Okay. Well,
Is that the square one? There's one that's like a square.
Is it a square state?
Maybe Shanti knows. Ask her.
Maybe.
I can't
Shanti,
see.
do you know where Nebraska is? She's giving us a shake of the head there. She has no idea.
No, that's terrible. That you should get that in school in America.
Let us know. Well, Jesse K gave us a tongue twister, which I feel like Jesse K might have written himself. Maybe, who knows? And the tongue twister is, how many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows?
I'm going to time you if you do that 3 times, Tom.
I'll do the same.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows?
That was actually very good. 8.78 seconds.
Keep that there. Don't delete it.
I won't.
I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1, but I'm also going to give you a go like you did. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe...
No. It's all right. You get 3
Hold on.
goes.
It's quite hard because I'm Scottish and R's are quite hard. And then
Purple burglar alarm.
R's after L's are even harder.
Take your time, William.
Blood. Right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows? How many lows could Rob Lowe rob if Rob Lowe could rob lows?
Lovely. You slightly changed your accent as well.
To help me out.
It's a 12.13.
I thought it was slow. It felt
It was
slow.
a little slow.
It felt slow.
But for a Scotsman, I'm extremely impressed with all the things
That was
you
quite
did.
hard for me, that one, Tom.
Hey, we have one more thing that was written in from Owen in Brighton. Do you want to read this one out?
Oh, yeah.
Regarding the word possesses.
Oh, you said this, didn't you?
Mhm.
Recently, you claimed that the word possesses more S's than any other word possesses. However, I believe that the word dispossesses the word possesses, claim to possess more S's than any other word possesses.
I think that's totally true. Dispossesses has more S's than possesses.
How did we not know that?
I don't know. But that particular phrase came from William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist, because I think he'd spent a lot of time in his life around the word possesses, because of course The Exorcist is about possession. And someone must have come over to him and said, are you aware that possesses more S's than any other word possesses? But of course dispossesses, because possesses one more.
So dispossesses the word possesses.
Yeah, that's what Owen in Brighton was saying. Thanks, Owen from Brighton.
We've got voicemails, Tom.
Let's do them.
Let's do a couple of voicemails.
Fire them into our craniums.
Hi, Billy and Dom. I've got a riddle for you. Here's how it goes. This is a 5-letter word. With all 5 letters, people can eat it. However, if you remove the first letter, then I become a form of energy. If you remove another letter, then I am required to live. If you mix up the final 3 letters, then I am a drink. What word am I? Love the show and all the Lord of the Rings movies. Have a great day, guys.
Right. So
5 letters.
5 letters. Each letter is something you can eat. So I'm going to say P.
Right.
T?
But you take away one,
Yeah.
it becomes what? An energy?
An energy. But don't we need to do it in order or not to guess it? Or not necessarily?
I don't think so.
So it's a 5-letter word.
Right.
So I'm going to think of letters that you can eat. So P, I think it's got to be there. Wait,
Can you eat a bee?
You could eat a bee, but would you eat a bee?
No.
C, D, E,
Eat an E?
F, G, H, I, J, K. No.
Special K.
Oh, it could be special K. K, L, M, N, O, P.
I wouldn't eat P.
No, I think I like a green Marifat.
Oh,
P.
right. I thought you meant like urine.
Yeah, no. Q, R, S, T. You can eat.
You can drink it. Yeah.
U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There's only 2 real things that you could eat there.
Could I get that
What's
again?
the
Could
second?
you play it again?
Have you written down all the clues, Shanti? Or...
Right, give us that again, Shanti. Come on.
Hi, Billy and Dom.
Right.
I've got a riddle for you. Here's how it goes. This is a 5-letter word. With all 5 letters, people can eat it. However, if you remove the first letter, then I become a form of energy. If you remove another letter, then I am required to live. If you mix up the final 3 letters, then I am a drink. What word am I?
It's only when it's the first.
When it's
five,
when it's 5, you can eat it. When it's 4, it's energy.
Energy.
When it's 3, you need it to
Live.
Live.
So is it die? No, air. Air. You need air to live. That's a 3-letter word.
A bear.
You need a
You can
bear.
eat a bear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, type of energy. A what is 4 letters? What?
Well, that kind of takes away from air, doesn't it?
It does. A type of energy. Wind. That's 4 letters.
Solar. That's 5.
And then if you mix up the last 3, what is it, Shanti? If you mix up the last 3, tea.
Drink it. Tea, right. So let's say it was tea, right? But that's it mixed up.
So
it's 8.
So if it's tea, and then what's the 4? A type of power, a type of energy. Heat.
Heat.
We're on to it. And then
Sheet.
What was the first one?
Heat. It's you can eat it. Sheet.
Feet. Beat. No, that's not spelled right.
But heat.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Have I done it?
Wheat.
Done it! Nice, we've got there. Fantastic.
Wheat. Heat.
Eat. And then,
Shanti was actually helping us. John would never help us.
Well, Shanti just gave us a thumbs up, but we had to get there.
But she was like screaming and going, yeah.
Oh, we've done it. Brilliant. Thanks, Shanti.
Brilliant.
Firing another voicemail into our craniums, would you?
Yeah, let's get another voicemail and then I think we have to get on to
We've got
Hi,
to do
Billy
this.
and Dom. My name is Haley, and I am a current student of biology. And as a horror movie lover and an insect lover, I am fascinated by parasitoid insects. So my question for you is, what is your favorite scary insect? Or in other words, what insect freaks you out or scares you the most? For me, I'll give an example. It would be a parasitoid wasp. And if you have ever seen a caterpillar infected with parasitoids, it's pretty interesting. Thank you. Bye.
Have you seen that, William?
Is that when they lay their eggs and then they hatch and then it just destroys the... I'm glad nothing does that to us.
To us, it would be terrifying. Yeah, so the parasitoid wasp paralyzes the caterpillar for half an hour or so, lays, let's say for the sake of argument, 10 eggs in there, but it could be 20 or 30. And then the caterpillar wakes up and thinks, fine, I'm all right. And then at some point, they all just explode out of the caterpillar. That's a rough one. I think kind of leeches, well, they're not technically an insect, it's an invertebrate, but leeches have always kind of given me the heaves. And I did get leeches on me when I was in Vietnam going through a lake. And this is interesting. I woke up in the middle of the night and felt something on my back.
Yeah. Who was it?
It was a leech, just a slimy kind of leech. And I managed to grab it and throw it to the other side of the bedroom. No electricity on in this place. So I just thought I'll throw it as far away as I can and deal with that in the morning. And then in the middle of the night, I heard a commotion and I grabbed my torch and I looked in my room. And there's a big tokay gecko, these huge geckos that you get in Vietnam, in that part of the world, that can give you a good bite if you're a human, was attacking this leech. And clearly the leech was fighting back. And there was blood, my blood, I think, and the leech's all sprayed up the side of the wall. And I thought at that point that I had peed the bed, but I hadn't, because the leech's bite contains an anticoagulant and my bed had blood all over it because I had consistently bled throughout the night. I know.
It's a horror story.
I know, and that's, well, she's talking about horror films, and that's always given me a little bit of a thing with leeches. Not strictly an insect, but...
No?
What about you?
Tell me again what makes an insect an insect.
An insect is defined by having 6 legs and having a head, a middle part, which is called a thorax, and an abdomen.
Right.
So a butterfly is an insect, but their larva, the caterpillar, isn't an insect because it doesn't have a head, thorax, and abdomen. It's just one long piece.
Right. Yeah, I think, well, parasites are the worst,
Yeah.
Things that sort of live in you and around you. You know that book that you got me, The Body, that I'm still reading?
Yeah. Bryson, yeah.
Well, there's a part in that where it talks about actually, whatever weight you are, like more than half of that isn't actually you. It's just things living in you and on you.
Incredible.
Isn't that mental?
Amazing. Tapeworm's a little scary. Again, not an insect, but go on.
Yeah. So anything that kind of lays something in you. You know, they always say things will go in your ear and lay things in. Does that happen? Does that actually happen? Does it?
In Africa, my producing partner,
Yeah.
Dave Brady, who you met because you came to do an amazing version of Wild Things in New Zealand, he got a botfly in his buttock. And when he went back to see his doctor in Canada, the guy said, take a piece of bacon
Yeah.
and put a tiny piece of bacon underneath a plaster, a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
and let the botfly come out. And then once it rears its head up, have your wife grab it with tweezers and pull it out. And he said it was massive, like as big as a gummy bear when he pulled it out in his bottom.
Imagine gummy bears did that. Burrowed their way into your butt. You wouldn't buy them, would you?
There's a great quote from David Attenborough. And, you know, however way you feel about theology and religion and all that kind of stuff, you're in your own kind of personal freedoms and everything. But someone had said to Attenborough, how come, as someone who's spent your entire life examining nature, do you not see God in these things? Do you not see God in the patterns of a giraffe's skin? Or do you not see God in the teeth of a tiger and all that kind of stuff? And Attenborough's rebuttal to that said, that's fair enough. Maybe you can see God in those things. But if that's the case, then you also need to see God in the burrowing parasite that goes into a human's eye, and the maggot will eat out the eye on its way out to becoming a fly. So if you see God in this, you have to see God in it. And maybe he does. Maybe he sees God in both.
Yeah.
You know? Also, to touch very briefly on parasites for a second, the mosquito being, you know, one of the most interesting parasites for human history, because it's probably the most influential animal in human history, killed more humans than all the wars combined. That mosquito has a parasite that lives in its body, which is the parasite that gives us these very dangerous diseases that kill us. The female mosquito just sucks our blood to make eggs for its young, and that's it. Unfortunately, when it drinks out of stagnant water, a parasite goes up its mouth parts, lives in its body, and uses the mosquito as a parasite, a carrier, to send malaria into other people's bodies. So, of course, mosquitoes get a bad rap, but the mosquito has no idea that it is holding on to malaria, and probably doesn't want to if you were to be in a place to be able to ask that mosquito. It has a parasite itself.
And that parasite has malaria.
That parasite is malaria.
It is malaria.
Lives in stagnant water and uses...
Can a mosquito get malaria?
No, I don't think it can. It just holds on to it for bigger animals. So the mosquito is a involuntary carrier of malaria in the same way that rats were, because rats carried fleas that had the plague. It wasn't the rats that had the plague. It was the fleas that carried them.
And that's some of the fantastic knowledge you'll get here on The Friendship Onion.
Wait, you didn't say your favourite parasitic insect?
I don't know the names of any of them.
Oh, but there's nothing in particular that stands out that makes you go, ugh.
No, just anything that's sort of... Remember when we were in Thailand?
Of course I do.
And we met a guy and he had a thing living in his leg.
Oh, yeah.
He'd been there for months and he says it moves around, and he says before it moves, he feels where it's going to go. And then it makes a way, and he knows where it's going to go. How does he... Like something... I don't want something living in me.
No.
I'd rather not.
But like you said, in terms of the book that you're reading, when you get onto the digestive system, you and I probably have a whole bunch of parasites living in our digestive system peacefully.
If I don't know they're there, I'm all right. But I don't want it kind of moving around my leg and stuff.
Of course you don't, William. Of course you don't.
Shall we get our guests on?
Let's bring on our fantastic guests this week, Sean and CJ, who have a wonderful podcast, which is in week 3. So it's just beginning. You can check it out. It's called the Blackout Diaries. Sean, unfortunately, is in Chicago, so he's going to be remote. But CJ's here. Let's bring him on.
Let's bring him on.
William, we're here. We're joined by Sean and CJ. Can I please read Sean's blurb and you read CJ's blurb?
That sounds fantastic. Let's do that, Tom.
Right, this is all about Sean Blair Flannery.
Who's not in the studio with us. He's on the TV just in front of us.
He's in Chicago, which I believe is the east coast of the United States.
The Windy City.
There we go. The easiest way to describe Sean Flannery is, : He attended the wrong wedding twice. Interesting. We're going to get into that in a second.
Okay.
That mostly sums it up. Sean hosts and created the Blackout Diaries. He appeared on Comedy Central, NPR, Sirius Radio, and his debut book, Places I Can't Return To, interesting title, was just released. Sean was also named Best Drunk by the Chicago Reader. He and his wife are having different reactions to that award. Fantastic.
Best drunk. That's fantastic.
Lovely to
right,
have you here,
you want to
Sean.
hear about CJ?
Please.
Right. CJ Sullivan resides in Los Angeles and previously called Chicago his home for many years. CJ has been on Comedy Central and performs in numerous comedy clubs across the country. His writing credentials include projects for A&E Network, Comedy Central, Robert Smigel, and XM Sirius Radios. Sullivan, also a World Series of Poker winner, professional poker player, garnered the #1 comedy album spot on iTunes for his newly released stand-up comedy album called What Am I Complaining About? Everybody should go out and get that right now. He was chosen as one of the top 12 rising stars to look out for. Top 12. That's like you never made the top 10, so they just stuck another couple on it. By Chicago Magazine, and he won the Comics Choice Award for Best Comic in Chicago during the pandemic lockdown. CJ performed on his balcony in nightly showbiz for all the applause intended for frontline workers.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. Hey, a significantly more
fantastic.
substantial introduction to CJ than to Sean.
Well, that's because CJ took the time to come into the studio to talk to us, and Sean couldn't be asked and stayed in Chicago.
I think that seems to be the case. Well, gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you. Also,
Welcome.
can I say just real off the
Thank
top,
you.
I love when you guys say the correct or incorrect states of America. I was listening to last week's episode and the enthusiasm
Yeah, no, we're very enthused.
of the state of the different states, like Chicago, the Windy Apple, or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? Like it is, and it's-
We never quite get it right because there's 50. And then within those 50, there's all the different cities. It's quite a lot to learn.
absolutely.
When you didn't get it at school, I learned about European history. So I'm learning every day.
I'm not criticizing. I'm saying I love the it's something that we do as well. Even if you don't know, say it with enthusiasm together.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like it matters, like it is correct, and it comes across beautifully.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, New York is in Massachusetts. Why not?
Well,
Why
guys, it's
shouldn't-
lovely to have you both on. Now, do you guys, when you guys do your podcast, you're doing it together, right?
Yes.
Do you do it in the same room
That's
or
right.
not always?
Yeah, we're not, usually not in the same city, but kind of situation like this.
I'm usually in Chicago. He's usually CJ travels more than I do. But we usually once a week we find a time. It's almost like a couple in therapy. We find a time and we record together.
And your podcast is called The Blackout Diaries, which deals with moments in which people become blackout drunk. Is that right?
Well, yeah, it's kind of just more of a night, where it got away from you, kind of the story, and it's not like a negative thing. And
And we have stand-up comics, plus we have like everyday people on the show. So like in Chicago, it's been a live show in Chicago for over 10 years, and we'll have like cops and teachers and nurses tell drinking stories.
Right. And as Sean says, when you black out, the science behind it actually is that your brain just decides to stop recording the events of what's going on. You're aware, but the brain's like, yeah, you're not going to have to remember this. But that's where we come in, film the rest of the footage, really, I guess, of that blackout part, and dictate the story of what happens between 2 and 4.
So the Blackout Diaries was started by Sean, but CJ, you've had enough blackouts that you thought you'd be someone who could co-host. Is that
I
right?
just stumbled upon it in a blackout, and he just signed me up, apparently, and that's, I'm here in the studio.
Brilliant.
And is that a weekly podcast? Can
Yes,
people-
it is, every
and
Tuesday.
Is it one of these ones that people can get wherever they get podcasts?
Yeah, wherever you get podcasts, Starburns
Yes.
Audio is putting it out there, but it's, where all pods are told, Apple and Google,
Right.
Podfather, whatever they're called, but it's every Tuesday. 3rd episode just came out today.
And as you say, it's just when nights get away and they become something strange because you've drunk too much.
Absolutely.
I
And
love it.
Yeah, and it's kind of there's a couple of slogans we're going with. It's like a reverse AA meeting, or if it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like it's the best story, like a cocktail party, I guess. It's
Good stories.
Right,
That's
great
what-
stories, usually has
Yeah.
audio, visual, and as Sean said, what stands it apart is like there's also, besides comics, it's also regular people that contribute to society, like that have normal jobs and are good people, but they have the best stories,
Yeah.
Your plumbers,
Lots of
plumbers and
people,
whatnot.
unfortunately, have moments where they've had 1 or 2 drinks too many and found themselves a little kind of forgetful in the morning of certain stints of time.
Right.
Yeah, like you said. I very often will remember the start and possibly the end, and then there's bits in between that you think, well, how did I get from that bar to my house?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you come in, Billy.
Yeah, I tell you. I'll let you know. Hey, Sean, so how come, what's this about you went to the wrong wedding twice?
Yeah.
Was it your wedding?
It was not my wedding, thankfully.
That's good.
I've never been a details man. And the thing you got to keep in mind, I don't know if this is true where you guys grew up, but in America, wedding invitations have highly stilted, almost archaic language.
Okay.
You know, it'll be like, you know, the parent, and they use like everyone's legal names, and I don't even know my buddy's legal names. So, like, I kind of just find them confusing. And I just sort of like bottom line it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just assume they're always in Cleveland because that's where I'm from.
Right.
So I once flew back to Cleveland, and right before the wedding, I found out it was actually in Kentucky and that I had not read the invitation properly.
So you didn't go to that one?
But you're dressed for a wedding, and you're like, I'm still going to a wedding.
So you had the actual address, but you just missed out the Kentucky part. So you saw like 114 Springfield Road or something.
I found out, I was like, what church is this? I've never heard of this church. I called somebody who was in the wedding, and they're like, well, it's right downtown. And I'm like, where? And they're by the river. I'm like, there's no river downtown Akron. And then that's when I found out it was in Lexington, Kentucky, and I was in the wrong state.
What did you do? Did you just go out for a little night yourself?
I did. I had a date with me. I remember the person I was talking to laughing at the top of her lungs when she found out I had a date with me that I was now going to have to explain, like we're in the wrong state.
Oh, no.
But yeah, we just went out. We had a great time,
Sean,
honestly. You know, to be honest with you, the only disadvantage to flying to the wrong state for a wedding is that every wedding you go to for the rest of your life, when you show up, like your cousins and your friends all make a, like, hey, you're in the right state. Like they all make a big production about the fact that you actually made it to the right state.
Right.
You gave him material. What about the time, though, when you were at the wedding and you gave the gift to the couple, like they put it in a gift box at a couple?
Well, so that one, I was in the right state for that one, but the wrong wedding.
Okay.
So it was one of those venues where they have multiple weddings. It's like a big hotel. They have multiple weddings going on at the same time. And I only knew the wedding party. So I walk in, and the wedding party's still doing photographs. I'm like, oh, okay, they're not back yet. And I put my gift in the gift box. And the wedding party comes in like a half hour later. I'm at the bar, and I see like, oh my God, I'm at the wrong wedding again. Like, I don't recognize any of these people. And
he wonders why they introduced him with, hey, you made the right wedding this time. Well, it's a constant thing with you.
So I had to get the wedding planner to get my gift out because, you know, I was like, well, I can't go to the real wedding without my gift.
That's brilliant. You know, Dom once, we were in LA before I lived here, and he had friends who were having a fancy dress party. And he said, but, you know, you want to come along to this? And I said, yeah. What will we go as? He said, well, let's go as a sort of couple, you know, a famous something. Yeah. And we came up with Batman and Robin. Go as Batman. He said, what do you want to be? I said, well, I want to be Batman.
All right, of course.
So I got the Batman, he's got the Robin. We went to a bar first, and everybody's laughing and joking. We're Batman and Robin. We went to the party. It was fancy dress, but it was, what do they call it?
It was classical prom attire.
Prom. It was a prom attire, fancy dress. So everybody's all dressed as prom, and we're Batman and Robin.
Yeah, it was a good night out.
Yeah, you should have won a Spider-Man. He was high school level, right?
I knew it was classic prom attire.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. But I kept that from Billy because I knew that if I said to Billy, it's classic prom attire, but I want to go as Batman and Robin, Billy would say, no, let's not do that. But it was very funny. We went to the Standard Hotel beforehand.
We did.
And yeah, it was a great night out.
Yeah.
We got invited at the Standard Hotel. Someone said they were making a pornography movie.
That's right.
Really?
And they asked us if we wanted to be involved. Without knowing like who we were.
That's just a check-in because they have the woman behind the desk there, you know, and behind the wall, behind the glass or whatever.
That was
Buttman.
weird.
You could have been Buttman. Buttman and Dobbins.
So you guys said yes. Got it in. I mean,
we just kept the masks on. That's all it was.
You had a free breakfast with it.
Well, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. Sean, you've also got a book, Places I Can't Return To. Is this associated with being inebriated?
Some of it is. Some of them are just places that are gone, that don't exist anymore. So it's just a collection of funny stories. Some are drinking stories. Some are like old family stories. Some are jobs that I got fired from, had nothing to do with drinking. So just different places that have asked me not to return for one reason or another.
The answer is yes. I've read the book, and I've noted for years they're all somehow related to drinking. Jobs you got fired from, yes,
because you were drinking.
From drinking, from doing, or the job interview from days beforehand of an absolute bender.
What's you guys' tipple normally?
Well,
or are you not fussy?
Sean likes to bring...
Not fussy.
Sean brings his own customs to the bars. He likes to bring a briefcase, as he says, which is his own, to not pay for a tab, so he'll bring his own...
oh, does he?
Yeah. It's like
Not orthodox.
Yeah, it was a little kind of a wet bar because he has a certain drinking budget his wife gave him. And then so to keep under it, he has a briefcase and he'll have an assortment of different drinks that he knows each bar serves. And then he'll, in a suit, at midnight, acting like he's doing business with Japan, doing a business call, with his briefcase. And he opens up and he's got a full wet bar in there.
You can save a lot of money that way.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Well done.
So then in that case, Sean, you'll order a club soda or a tonic water, but then you'll bring your own gin. Is that the idea?
Sort of. What I'll usually do is when I'm doing that is I'll order a gin and tonic. And then I'll just kind of refill it myself throughout the night. Mm-hmm. So I usually, it's a little suspicious if you're just all of a sudden acting completely rowdy and you haven't ordered a single drink from the bar.
Yeah.
So I usually order
a couple drinks from the bar like that. But yeah.
So
not picky is what we're trying to say.
If you own a bar in Chicago and you see Sean coming in, please know that in his bag he'll have his own bottle of gin.
Yeah.
So I would say search that bag if you would. Yeah. Just going back to your...
Wait, we didn't get CJ's tip.
Oh, right, that's right.
Let's just do that.
No. I think that covers it all. I'm actually...
Well, so you're not fussy. You'll... anything.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I was just going to say, I just remembered the story there, talking about your wedding story there, Sean, that my wife's dad, I don't know if it's the same over here, but if you live in a city like Chicago or Los Angeles, but where we are in Glasgow, there's a obituary page where if you die, then your family puts a little thing in saying,
he's dead.
Don Monahan is dead. And he died peacefully.
Well, let's hope so.
Well, let's hope so, Dom. And the funeral's going to be at this place at that time, And as you get older in Scotland, you read this page because, your friends are, some of them are leaving, you know what I mean?
Right, catch up on your old buddies.
So he's reading it and, Elizabeth Gordon. Elizabeth Gordon's died. And he's saying to his wife and said, the funeral's on Thursday. I'll go along. So he gets his suit on and he goes off to the funeral and he's saying hello to everybody and that, and they have the funeral and they go back afterwards. Oh, please come back. We're going to have steak pie and a drink. And he has a steak pie and a drink and all that and says goodbye to Elizabeth Gordon. And then a couple of weeks later, he's in the local store, the local Vaughn's kind of supermarket, and there's Elizabeth Gordon walking up this, and he says, Elizabeth, and she said, yeah. He says, I was at your funeral, and it was another Elizabeth Gordon.
Guys, should have checked.
Come on.
He went to a funeral.
So he went to it anyway.
He went to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Said hello. Had spent the whole day with him.
Steak pie.
Went back to the house, had steak pie to someone he'd never ever met.
Right. But funerals.
Maybe that's why the Catholics started doing open caskets, is just to avoid this confusion.
You can check.
And funerals are some of the best times there are to have, though. When it comes to
good,
this is some
can,
of the best drinking there is.
If you get a steak pie as well.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, do you guys also do stand-up? There's a bit of...
CJ does. He's all over the
Yeah,
country.
we both do stand-up.
That's right, yeah.
How does that go?
It goes. I go mall to mall across this country and do the jokes.
How often? How much do you do?
I know it's. Well, it depends. Obviously, whenever whatever's
Talk
whatever
us
the work
through
is
it,
doing it.
CJ.
Well, I was in a mall in Ontario, California last weekend, which is about an hour outside the city.
You did it in a shopping mall.
Yeah, you know, but now I'm moved up to the Great Mall of America next weekend in Minnesota. I'll get lost in that mall, and then
What time's the show?
The food court closes at 7, and then the show's at 7:30 right afterwards.
So what? 7:30 till 9 type thing.
Yeah, of course. It's okay.
Is it really? Are you being honest?
The club's in the mall. It's not in the mall. Like it's not like I'm in the food court.
So there's a club in the mall.
Oh yeah, we're attached to the mall. That's all America.
But this
is
mall,
now.
you got to understand, this mall is like bigger than an airport. It's not like your normal vision of. CJ, explain
There's
this
an
mall.
airport inside this mall. That's how big this mall is.
Wow,
It's very
that's
much of
an impressive
America.
mall.
Yeah, no, there is. There's like a roller coaster in it and like all kind of shooting.
And then they've
galleries.
got a comedy club.
And then of course comedy club. I think there might be 2 clubs in it actually. It's so big.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
I
then
love
see when
that.
you go out to do these stand-ups, do you are you gone for like a month? Or do you just in and out?
Yeah, usually I'll go to the weekend and come back or whatever. But sometimes if it's like towns are close to each other, I'll go out there for a couple of weeks, couple of months, or whatever. I'm not like on a tour bus or anything like that. But you go out there and you see this beautiful country and all the real people where COVID didn't hit. You know?
What's been the most effective way thus far for you to deal with hecklers?
Deal with hecklers?
What's the most effective way? You're like, wow, that is the best way to do it.
Well, it's not hard to deal with hecklers. They're usually just they're
drunk.
Yeah, they're very drunk and they don't have a microphone. What I do is you don't tell them you're from Los Angeles. That's for sure. I would rather they would
Yeah.
they just can't handle it. They
Right.
can't handle
Don't
it.
like that?
They don't like the words. They don't like hearing about it. You know.
Right.
So
Right.
I just go.
Or is it kind of like how the other half lives?
Yeah. It's just I don't know. It's just what they're told about LA. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it just enrages them. It's so
Makes them
fucking-
angry.
Yeah, it really does.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? You and Sean?
In Chicago, we came up doing comedy together in Chicago. And then
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. For a year, years ago. Tons of.
You don't do as much of that now, Sean.
I do, but I'm mostly, I have 3 kids, and I have 2 weekly shows here in Chicago, so
He
I
was
don't
part of the-
travel as much as CJ.
He was part of the other people I was saying that contribute to society. He has a family,
Right,
jobs, and things like that. But yeah, he runs the Blackout Diaries live show at the Lincoln Lodge on Friday.
So we're like
Friday
the
night.
Blackout Diaries is a live show every single Friday here in Chicago, and then I also have a weekly show on Wednesdays. So I don't travel as much as CJ, but I'm usually performing, most nights.
Right.
But it seems like a different venue each night because he's different, because he's drunk.
Right.
So every
Of
time you show
course.
up, it's a different audience.
And blacked out very often.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, the Blackout Diaries on a Friday night, are you bringing people up from the audience after slightly vetting them to have them tell their story of Blackout adventures?
When we first started, we would let people just get up and tell a story. And that lasted about 3 people before we're like, okay, we can never do this again.
Right.
I think one of the last people we let do that, I honestly was like, I feel like I have to call the police after what this man just said. So we invite people to tell stories, but they have to pitch it to us in advance.
Sure.
And we have to make sure it's appropriate to say in front of a room full of people.
And it's one of those. One of Sean's talents is that he'll be out there doing the legwork during the off night show nights, and I got a perfect guy for the Blackout Diaries. That's usually haunting words like, oh fuck, who did you meet? And it was like, some he's a mailman, but he used to work for the CIA. He claims, one of those things.
You meet a lot of great liars in Chicago,
and,
they claim
which we're not
they used to
against.
have these weird jobs.
Yeah, we're not against liars. They're usually very entertaining.
Sure. Yeah.
I love blatant liars.
I'm sure it makes for a great show. And you're also a professional poker player.
Well, I got to update that bio a little bit, but
so not anymore.
I used to, yeah, for sure, absolutely. I haven't. I still play a little bit, but not as certainly. You can't dedicate your. You can't dedicate half your time to poker, or half your time to comedy, or half your time to blacking out. Really, you got to focus.
Well,
on
that's got to be a thing.
Yeah, you got to. Right, exactly. That's why I'm blacked out. Or math class. You can't. Or the other half of.
Right.
Where I would add that up, but yes, no, I did win a circuit event. I used to be pretty much into it. Now it's then I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to hang around these people the rest of my life. Like these card players. You meet a lot of great characters, but also I don't know if this is a way to go about. So now I'm on the road doing blackout shows.
Are they kind of? Can you make generalized negative connotations towards professional poker players?
Sure, I can make negative connotations towards anyone if you give me a chance.
But what's the deal with the
a lot
professional
of,
poker circuit that's not great?
Well, it's just like it's again. Degenerate is it's a fun word to say. Of course, it is a fun seeing characters, but like it's like I don't know. It's kind of like how rats, they don't really attack each other, but they will if they have to survive. Kind of a world. Like I don't know. It's a lot of Monster Energy drinks and hoodies. Sunglasses indoors, and
Right
kind of
now,
just those situations and like sweats, the hygiene, a lot of up hours, and it's just a lot of felt and stale cigarettes.
Do you ever play with Jennifer Tilly?
No, I have not.
She can play, can't she?
She's great.
She's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love Jennifer Tilly.
She's the best.
Yeah. She was on Craig Ferguson one night, and I got a chance to say hello to her. And possibly the sweetest voice of all time.
I know, that voice is incredible,
adorable.
right?
Yeah. Liv Tyler's voice.
And very, very good at poker.
Really?
Yeah.
Snake Eyes.
Yep, she's really good. And she was actually in that great gambling movie, Let It Ride, with
I can't keep up
Dreyfus.
with it. So Texas Hold'em was the game that you were playing, right?
Back then, yeah.
That's like the flop and the river.
Right. And then
What's
everyone got good at it. And
Right.
Jennifer Tilly's whooping everyone's ass. Like,
Yeah.
it's time to get out of this. It's time to get out of this game.
Tobey Maguire, I suppose.
Yeah, they used to run a game.
Ben Affleck.
Him and Leo.
Did you see Molly's Game?
Of course, yeah.
Nice movie, right?
It was. Very good movie. Very well written, yeah. And
some interesting characters in there, some based on real life, right?
Absolutely, yeah. She took over that game, apparently. That was like the thing. I think, I don't know if that was Tobey Maguire and Leo's game, and then she took it over or something like that, yeah. That would have been nice because actors are usually the worst poker players because they're so animated with their expressions on their face. So when they try to act like they're bluffing, they really methodology and and that's not how you lie in real life. Yeah, they know how to lie in acting life, which is very obvious.
Sean, what made you win Best Drunk in the great city of Chicago? What did you do? Did you fall in front of a moving bus or something?
So, it's interesting that you bring that up, and it's interesting the way different people have interpreted that. So that was by the Chicago Reader, and they wanted to do this novelty thing. Then they thought the end of year awards were becoming boring, and rather than say somebody's the best comic or even the best car wash in Chicago, they came up with these like little esoteric awards to say it in so many words. So rather than calling me the best comic in Chicago, they call me the best drunk. Like when that first happened, that was several years ago. Like I would be it's almost like when you're like a heavyweight champion and like I've heard that people want to fight them like when they go to bars.
Yeah.
Like I was confronted over that. People would be like, oh, you think you're the best drunk in Chicago? Well, I've ruined 3 marriages. I've totaled 5 cars. I'm a much, and then you're like, well, I don't know that does mean you're a better drunk.
Yeah, it's a different interpretation of the word
drunk.
best.
Yeah,
right.
it's worse, isn't it?
Sounds like a horrible drunk, actually.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You should be in prison.
Yeah.
I think you'd be a happy-go-lucky drunk.
He
Sean.
really is a great positive drunk.
Oh, I am.
For sure.
I am.
What do you guys think about
yeah,
drunk history? Do you guys have you guys seen that
fantastic show, of
watched
course.
it?
Yeah. No,
I think it's great.
A lot of people doing that. It's a
I
great
like it
show.
too. What's the name of the guy who kind of started it? The guy who stars in it quite a bit?
Ben Franklin, I believe it was.
That guy's hilarious.
Good knowledge, I'll see you.
Yeah,
Well done.
Thank you.
What's your favourite joke?
Well, that's a tough one.
I don't care.
You're here for the tough questions.
Do you want to hear mine?
I do, because I know that's exactly why you asked that question.
Exactly. I only watched in Scotland.
I just heard
Oh, go on, Sean. You do yours first.
Well, I was going to say, I just heard a great Irish joke, and I wish I could do an Irish accent. I can't. But this was told to me from a friend who was visiting from Ireland.
Please do the accent anyway.
Yeah,
though.
do it.
Do the accent.
No, I can't.
Just
I'm
do
so
it.
bad at accents.
Come on.
I can't. But yeah, so the one guy was at the end of the pub, and he's like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "I'm from County Cork." He's like, "Get out of here! I'm from County Cork." He's like, "Where in County Cork?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Tremont Street." "Get out of here! I'm from Tremont Street." Like, what's your address? And he's like, "Oh, I'm 5'2" Tremont." He's like, "Get out of here! I'm 5'2" Tremont." He's like, "Which of the levels were you?" "Basement level." "Get out of here! I'm basement level." And then the bartender turns to a visitor who just came in and goes, "Well, The McGinty twins are at it again.
Now, that was a great Irish accent. I don't know what you're talking about. That was amazing.
Absolutely nailed it.
Let's hear it. Come on.
Right, right.
This is tough. It's in a Scottish accent.
Scottish accent again.
All right.
I'll do this. I'll do the accent,
Yeah,
Sean.
do it.
I'll do it.
All right. He's not afraid. He's got experience with him. He's not afraid.
When I was younger,
Right.
I had a trumpet tree in my garden, but a man from the council came and rooted to toot. Come on, Sean!
That is an accent-heavy joke.
It's very
right,
very
absolutely.
localized.
I want to see Sean try that on Friday at his club.
Yeah.
You got to do
Give it
the
a chance.
accent, Sean.
Yeah, that would play in the malls.
I
think.
will.
I'll play in the malls,
Yeah.
all right. He rooted to toot. Come on!
What about you, CJ? Have you got like a
I'm
fallback joke?
I'm not following Rooty Toot Toot. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's a
Get the
tough
hell
one
out.
to follow.
Right.
It's a hard one to
Jesus.
follow.
And maybe if you would have held that to the end, I would have tossed up some jokes up, but no way.
Billy and Dom eat the world.
Since we're all here with a background of the Blackout Diaries, should we drink the world?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
then we can really do a
Yeah.
deep dive into this, because I think this has been one of the more anticipated.
You have been really wanting to try this because people have told you it's so awful.
I haven't. We were gifted some bottles of this thing, which we'll bring in a second. I would say about 2 or 3 months ago. And
Okay.
when we recently went to a convention in Chicago, a bunch of people said to both Billy and I, you
gotta
have
do
to
it.
try this thing.
You gotta
It's
do it.
absolutely disgusting. We're like,
And then you guys have...
I know. That's the perfect tagline for it. You have to try it. It's awful.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you
pretty
guys
sure
have
you're
added
talking
to it.
about our corporate sponsor at
Yes,
the show.
that's exactly what they're talking about, and it's coming out.
How do you pronounce it?
Malört. Is that
Let's
right?
all try Malört. And we'll try it in the style of CJ and Sean.
Yes. Root toot toot. Let's get it
Root
going.
toot toot.
Are you ready to toot?
So every week we try and ask our guests to bring something that they either have an affinity with, or something they grew
Yeah.
up with, or something closely associated with themselves or their city. This feels perfect to me. Have
This
you
Well, it's
guys?
Chicago,
Is
isn't it?
Malört something that you guys do as a joke to drink now, or will you?
To be honest with
sip
you,
on
yeah,
it?
it's kind of a Chicago tradition. It's horrible, and you always get outsiders to do it. Like you got to try it, and then they never just to see the pain in her face. It's kind of like initiation going to Chicago, but
right.
it does taste it kicks better, hits better when it's like -5 degrees outside.
When it's cold.
really?
I
Yeah,
put my
yeah,
specs
for
on.
sure.
Billy, you
It's-
didn't remind me to put my specs
Put
on.
your specs
Oh.
on while I read out this little bit here.
That's on me,
Malört is
too.
a herbal liquor whose flavour has been described as everything from fermented grapefruit to burnt carpet
Bloody hell.
or even nail polish remover. People
God.
love it or they hate it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
usually a hate it.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, they keep drinking it all the same. We even have a Malört hot sauce.
That's
Right,
nuts.
come on, let's try it. Where is it?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Well, while it's coming in, hang on,
Right.
Shanti's bringing it in.
Oh.
Just to try and explore this hornet's nest with our American guests, the word herbal, you
Herbal, yeah.
pronounce as herbal, right? At one point, was that,
Herbal.
when was the H dropped? When did
Yeah,
you
that's a
guys
good question.
become Jamaican?
That's
Because
a-
there is an
I
H
think it's.
there.
I hear both. I feel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for
Herb-
sure.
Is it certain parts of the
Herbal
country will
is probably
say
more
herbal?
common, but I feel like you hear both.
Herbal.
CJ, maybe you could tell us why,
Why are we
Shanti
doing
has
boiled
just
Well,
handed us a boiled egg and a fork.
The food is a hard-boiled egg.
Oh, my God.
Why?
As it's known as a boneless chicken dinner. As it's advertised. We used to, one of the great, me and Sean, not only did we come up with comedy together, we used to do a internet radio
you,
show before
Shanti.
it was even called podcast, called Visitor's Locker Room.
It was called what?
The Visitor's Locker Room. It's kind of a sports comedy thing.
It's a
Right.
sports
Okay.
show.
It's way, yeah, it's very, well, not even to talk about. But we would go to a bar, this great dive bar in Chicago called Richard's.
Right.
When it's an amazing bar, and they would kind of bar where you could still smoke inside. You still do it now. It's like not like legal. Actually, one time we saw a girl complain about the smoke, and they kicked her out
Oh, right.
of the
no.
bar. It was
Yeah.
one of those
He
kind of great
refused the
things.
right to serve anyone.
Absolutely, but and they would serve these boneless chicken dinners. That's how they would advertise it. It was
Really?
the only food they would have.
And what would
yeah.
that be? Just boiled eggs?
Just hard-boiled eggs. Right? And so that would be
Just
our,
like this, not pickled. Or it's just
Absolutely not. Yep. And you
just
get a
an
little,
egg.
a little salt, and a little.
Oh, I can't even look over at you guys now.
Yeah, and
Now, you guys, so
they
it was
were weirdly cheap. I think they were like 75 cents
75
in like
cents for sure.
2015.
Oh yeah, it's an egg. It's a chicken egg.
Well, that's quite good. There's a bar next to where I live, and they give you free hot dogs.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't
Nice.
know how long those guys have been in there. You know what I mean? It's like boiled hot dogs just
Right.
sitting there.
One of my favorite traditions about Spain, where my brother and my parents live, is obviously the tapas thing. And I remember asking my dad, oh God, don't, Billy. Turning my stomach. I remember asking my mum and dad about that a while ago. And in the south of Spain, supposedly the idea is you get your drink, let's say your little glass of beer or your glass of wine, and they'll put maybe some olives or a little bit of bread, something like that, on a saucer, and that saucer will stop something going in your drink or stop someone from coming along and feeling like maybe that drink has been finished. You put your little saucer on there. So the tapas thing in that part of Spain supposedly was created to stop maybe flying insects getting in your drink, but also as a little placeholder. Do you know what I mean? This is my drink type thing.
Insects.
Yeah, insects.
in
Do you
there.
think that's
William, what you doing?
Do you think that's why the
Yes,
no.
look at that.
I dropped my egg in my Malört?
Somehow the egg made the Malört worse, and the Malört made the egg worse. They both.
My mum was here.
That was
Look at that, Tom.
fantastic.
She would have walked out.
That is fantastic.
Tom, there's an egg in my Malört. I might have invented something here.
My mum, I think I get my slight trepidation with eggs from my mum, but my mum could not be around people eating eggs. I was at LAX months ago, and a couple sat down at the gate that I was flying from as well, and they opened up a little Tupperware box and started eating boiled eggs, and they cleared out the gate.
Really?
The gate just stood up and walked off, and they did not give a rat's ass at all.
I like a boiled egg.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you, I don't know how.
I've never heard such a.
I don't know how much
a
you know, but
repulsion for it.
I'm a bit weird.
he won't eat eggs that someone else has cooked.
Any eggs? Any styled eggs?
Generally
That's
not.
weird. That anyone else has cooked?
Maybe my parents or people that I love, I've eaten Billy's eggs before, but I have to trust them. Do you know what I mean?
So if you're at a diner, you'll have to go behind the counter and go ahead and pick up a quick shift. Cook yourself an omelet.
Yeah. Hey, I'll continue on, Billy, about Jeppson's Malört for a second.
Oh, that's a nice
Jeppson's Malört is Chicago's version of Bresk Brandvin.
Is that? Wait a minute, that sounds Swedish, Tom.
Hang on, it's a Swedish-style schnapps distilled with the flavour of wormwood, which is not good. The word itself is actually just Swedish word for wormwood.
That's right, wormwood.
Besk Brandvin. The drink was first used as a medicine in the Middle Ages. Much later, Malört made its way to Chicago by way of one particular Swedish immigrant, Carl Jeppson. Are we going to try this Malört?
Well, mine has got an egg in it, Dom.
Oh, God.
I'm
So
going to
now you're
still
going to have an
drink it.
eggy Malört.
Yeah.
William, you're a disgrace.
The egg will not make it taste worse.
Hey.
It will not taste worse.
No,
due to the
absolutely.
egg.
I think it'll enhance it. We definitely need a name for what you just invented. You've come up. First thing that comes out of your mouth after you do that will be what this invention you called.
And then, do you know, 3 or 4 years from now, when we go to bars in Chicago, everybody's drinking these guys.
Yes.
They'll be calling it a Billy
The soon
Boyd.
to be named.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's all have a Billy Boyd. All right, I'm going to try this. Sean, you've not got a Malört. No, you're just watching.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know we
Don't
were
you worry.
having
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
or
no,
I would have
that's all
poured
right.
one, but
And I do the old.
Oh, it's just pure alcohol, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's actually not as high in alcohol content as you would think. That's one of the reasons why people like to
it's
shoot
more
it.
just a
Is it's
straight up
actually a
paint
low
thinner.
alcohol
Very
content
bitter.
drink.
Very bitter. William, give it a go.
Very bitter, and it's going to get more bitter as the aftertaste
Right.
grows. It's one of the few drinks that gets worse with time.
He likes it.
No, I don't think he does.
I do like it.
Nah, I could tell.
Does it-
I know.
do you know-
You could tell when he likes it when someone fake likes it too. But you could tell when they're very odd. Yeah.
I don't like
And what I do,
One out of 20, it'll catch you like that, and next thing you know.
Not for me.
and I like the smell of the egg as I drink it.
Oh,
I just
you
like to
dirty
feel the egg.
Do you know what I'm going to call it?
Article.
Yes, here we go.
Sour, smelly iceberg.
Sewer, smelly iceberg.
Smelly iceberg.
Well,
Because it's
a long enough
definitely
name.
sour. It's
Yeah.
a sour taste.
Mhm.
And it's smelly.
Sewer, smelly.
And it
bark.
looks like a little iceberg there. Look, that could have sunk the Titanic.
Yeah.
Look at that
a
there.
sewer, smelly.
But is
Sewer,
that too
smelly
hard?
bird. Yeah, what?
Well, we'll just call it a smelly ice. A smelly ice.
Smelly ice.
Smelly ice.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go. Now we got
have
it.
you guys had Campari before?
Or smelly iceberg.
You
Yeah,
had
of
a
course.
Campari?
Oh, I
Campari,
love Campari.
There's
Absolutely.
a little bit of the bitterness of a straight Campari
Yeah.
in there. I don't enjoy it. It tastes like chemicals.
There's a lot of bitterness of not just alcohols that are in there. Like you said, there's paint thinners, there's ashtrays.
You can't drink that over the
straight
course
up
of a night.
pollution. No, it's not. It's not more of a digestif. It's a.
What we'll do at the live show, though, which is fun, is we give everyone in the audience a taste of this, and whoever can describe it best, usually like the PR person from Malört is there, and whoever can describe it best gets a free shirt at every show.
A Malört shirt.
Right, hold on then.
I did a classic Chicago way too, where you do the cheers, like you're going to drink it, then you don't drink it, and just watch the outsiders drink it and see their pain, and then name a.
That's what you did to us,
yeah, absolutely.
I, on the other hand, placed an egg in it.
So that, yes, you did. And so what I'm trying to say is, congratulations, you got yourself a second one.
And let me try it without the egg.
Yeah, try it without the egg. See if you can come up with a second name. But that's not your invention. Your invention is the smelly iceberg.
The smelly iceberg. Please have them on Friday at your club. Sean, hold on.
Smells of egg.
I will mention that, and I'm sure the people from Malört are going to send you guys some more gifts after seeing this.
Great.
And the word gifts are in quotes. Okay, here we go.
Don't need any more Malört, but a Malört t-shirt I would rock.
Of course.
I would take Malört. Malört. You know what it's like? It's like drinking perfume, right?
Drinking perfume. Now that's beautiful.
Isn't it? I mean, because it's quite flowery.
Now if there's an egg.
Then there's something like as if they put some poison in it. So it's slowly killing you.
Yes.
After you've drunk the perfume.
It's poison, but you still know you have like 45 minutes till you have to do the anecdote. You know, like,
yeah.
I got time.
I'm all right.
You know, right. I don't have to rush to the hospital, but we should get there. We should pencil it in.
It's strong.
Now, Dom, if there's an egg on the shirt, do you have to make that shirt in order to be able to wear it? How far does this egg? I'm really fascinated by.
I'm okay with
making your own eggs.
Making me a t-shirt with an egg on it.
All right.
It's just it's when eggs themselves are being made by people, I have to kind of know the process. Maybe if I watch them in the kitchen, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I would have to say if there was, hold on.
Oh, eggy Malört burp. Oh, God, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're getting cocky with it.
It went in your eyes after a while.
It's not done. That's the thing with Malört. It's not done with you just because you're done with it.
I would describe.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You live with it for a long time.
Also, I would describe a kind of a fetid stench in the air now in this room.
Yeah,
of egg and Malört belches.
That's why you got to come in studio.
I don't know if I'd want to get drunk on it.
No.
Because I think like the next day you'd be living with it.
Well, that's the thing with it. That's why it's so painful. You do it to get it out of the way, and then you can just put it aside. Okay, it's done with. You check it off the list.
It's rough.
Now let's get into the straight 18. Whiskey and cokes.
So wait a minute. I'm still not done with the egg thing in you because I'm like CJ. It's kind of weird.
This is crazy. I love it.
Like, I couldn't think of something that is more hygienic than somebody boiling you an egg because it's got a cover on it. No one's touched that.
Yeah.
No one in the world has touched the inside of that egg.
Yeah, no.
So when you peel it, you are the first person to ever have. In fact, remember this, Sean, when you order a smelly iceberg, the person places the egg in themselves. Don't have the barman do it.
No, yeah.
You get it with the shell on, and then
de-shell it.
You de-shell it. The shell goes into a bucket next to the bar, and that is used for the nearby farms because it will help the soil.
Love that calcium.
So why would that bother you?
The nearby Chicago bar farms.
I don't necessarily think there's any logic associated with it. I think I've ingested my mother's fear of eggs. And I don't think there's a huge amount of logic with my mum's fear of eggs either. But I'll continue on, William, with this little blurb for a second because there's an interesting thing here. It says a handy map shows all the bars and stores that sell Malört, which is heavily tilted towards Chicago. You'll find places around the country like Washington, D.C. and Baltimore and one bar in Copenhagen. But Chicago is the world capital of Malört consumption. But that's only true because several generations of Chicagoans passed it down. We're a city of immense pride, so we embrace traditions even when they taste terrible. Indeed, one of Chicago's neighborhood bars, Scofflaw, has Malört on tap. Rumor has it their Malört cocktail is actually enjoyable. Color me skeptical, says Johnny Clues.
Yeah, Jesus.
Wow. Have you guys actually got drunk on Malört, or have you just had it as a shot and then jumped on?
No,
something
you're
else?
usually very drunk when you have Malört too. It's not a starting off thing, but I would like to see that on tap. That's fascinating. I would imagine you pour it out, it would go back up inside the tap sometime. Like it would get scared and terrified. And
We have
head back.
We have a
inside
friend. Remember Sam Meckling? I don't know if you remember the invention Sam Meckling made, but you know how like they have chilled Jaeger?
Yeah.
Like those bars
Machines.
at bars that
Right.
chill Jaeger?
Yeah.
He did like an anti thing for that where it had Malört, but it heated it up to 105, which he said was the internal temperature of a wolf. And then he worked at a bar where he would serve hot Malört.
Oh my!
It was disgusting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what kind of started the slogan thing itself, right? When Sam would write all these awful slogans for it, and they sent him a cease and desist. And they're like, "No, I'm a fan. I actually enjoying this. That's why this is a descriptive." And then like they wind up hiring him as a PR man. Like, all right, tell them everyone it's like driving with a top down in Gary, Indiana. You know, like that's what it was. And then they use it as their ad campaigns.
That's what it says here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Chicago and Malört will always be intertwined. But it's still really a cult drink. Jepson's doesn't have the budget for print advertising, but cult followers have created their own slogans and commercials. So people are making their own commercials for the thing.
Yes.
I mean, that's brilliant, man. I love that.
It's like Marmite.
You know.
We have a very polarizing spread in England. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, called Marmite, Marmite, in Britain, I should say. It is the end of the beer making industry collects a whole bunch of spent or dead, probably, yeast. And it's like a dark brown, almost black sludge, which at some point someone must have dipped their finger in and tasted. And it's extremely salty, very umami taste.
Right.
They now sell it as Marmite. But the advertising campaign for Marmite is you either love it or hate it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You love it too.
I love it, no? Yeah.
I thought that was their pudding you were describing, right?
No, it's
it's
just a
really-
savory spread. But there are a lot of people out there that can't be around it. If you open up a jar in the kitchen, they're like, oh, Marmite.
All
So
right.
it's similar.
Now, we normally give things scores, which you can be part of this if you want
Sure.
and score it. What we give it scores on its taste, it's what it looks like, its aesthetic, and how useful is it in the house if you've got it, and you know you're making something or you're doing something. So as a taste, Dom,
Oh, it's going to be a tough one, this, guys. I mean, I do not like the taste at all. I would rather never taste that again if I could. Hang on, I'll taste it one more time.
that's quite low.
Yeah, I think they would accept a low number on taste, and they would take pride in it. Actually,
I don't want to upset the people from
Not
the
at
law.
all.
And
Not
what
at all.
I'm
They
saying
lean
this-
into it, as they say.
Okay, great. Well, I'm saying this based on a complete ignorance of the beverage itself. But to me, it tastes dangerous. It does. It tastes like I've accidentally drank a chemical that's
Ignorant-
to strip walls.
Yeah.
That's also a great slogan. Ignorant to beverage itself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just flat out dangerous.
It's just-
dangerous.
Yeah, it
Yes,
tastes dangerous.
Absolutely.
Give it a score, Dom.
I'll be generous.
Out of 10.
I'll be generous and give it a 0.5. That's generous.
That is maybe the lowest score
For
anything's
taste.
ever
Yeah,
got.
that's pretty bad. Not this is from 1 to
10.
10.
okay.
And you can do decimal points, which I'll just show
0.5,
you
right.
right now, CJ, because
which is actually below a 1.
it's
Yeah.
below a 1. And I think the actual taste when you put it in your mouth is all right. It's a perfumey, very alcoholic taste, but it's all right. But it leaves a thing
Right.
from the middle of your tongue backwards.
Yeah, like I said, this whole ranking's, I'd say it's incomplete because it's not done with you yet.
No.
There's still another 40 minutes for this thing
Really?
to marinate and
It
cause
messes
good.
with
Yeah,
you, doesn't it?
absolutely, yes.
I mean, but
Grief.
for taste alone, because of that little perfume at the front there, I'll give it but then it destroys itself. I'll give it a 3.2.
it's a self-destructing bottle, like Mission
Yeah.
Impossible. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's like,
it explodes within itself.
Did you
inside of
enjoy
you.
that?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a Trojan horse.
yeah, I've painted your tongue now with shit. So
Right.
just enjoy that for 45 minutes.
That's a good score to me.
Do you want to give it a score, CJ?
For taste?
Yeah.
Taste, I'll go with 5 because you can go it's a full on one way or full on the other way.
Yeah.
That's
So
all right.
it's meet in the middle, and then whatever side you fall on Malört will be there for you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Sean, can you remember it enough to give her a score?
I can. I think this is so much not about the taste, our Malört tradition. I'm going to go below Dom, and I'm going to give it a 0.
Wow.
I think it's an actual 0.
A
For
0
taste.
for taste. That is amazing.
No scores for
That's don't disagree with too many scores. But I have to disagree with that. I'd rather go with the 0.5 because there is a taste to it. It's not like you have, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, you can't say it doesn't have a taste.
I mean,
unless you have COVID right now.
Well,
I mean,
I think
you
if it didn't have a taste, that would be a higher score.
Right,
It's
okay.
a bad taste.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's an actively negative taste.
See, I'd rather you go negative than 0.
Yeah.
To be honest with
Well,
Can we go negative?
yeah, you can
you
actually.
can,
We
yeah.
have
I mean,
looked at the
it's
rule
okay.
book, and
Yeah,
it is allowed.
I was gonna say, it
although
seemed
never
pretty
been
low.
done.
I'm going to go -3 then. I'm going to go
Oh,
-3.
All right, there we go.
Now, aesthetics, I think it jumps up because I'm actually quite charmed by the bottle.
Yeah.
I think the bottle's quite traditional, looks old,
It's got the Chicago flag on it.
kind of slightly piratey vibes.
Great bottle.
Yeah, great bottle.
The name on it,
I
too.
bet the T-shirts are good. Are the T-shirts just the bottle kind of emblem?
You can get, they have a lot of, they get creative for sure. But yeah, we'll get you a Malört bottle T-shirt.
I'm gonna give it a 7.6 in terms of its aesthetic. I mean, the drink itself is colorless, but the bottle is quite cool. William,
I agree. It's got little things that
great description there. It's got little things.
And you're right. It's not color. It is colorless, but it's trying to be a brown liquor.
is
But
it.
it's just not brown enough.
Oh, is it trying to? I
Yeah,
can't see
it
anything
looks
in this
like it.
glass.
Right,
We've
I
got
think it's your
lime
green
glasses.
glass.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's not amazing, but
It's
a 4.5.
All right.
Okay,
There you go.
all
And you
right,
got an
then.
airplane bottle, and that should be the only liquor allowed on flights. Actually,
Just-
to control all the passengers. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, agreed.
That's Brooke. Can I have a gin and
You're
tonic?
right.
No.
Just Malört. You know the rules.
You could have this and sit down though.
Yeah, what scotch do you have? No.
Take your medicine.
You
Yeah,
can have them a lot.
absolutely.
You can have it with a boiled egg or not. It's up to yourself.
Oh God.
Yeah. Have yourself a smelly iceberg, and we'll wake you in St. Louis.
Jesus. All right, CJ, aesthetics. What do you think?
Aesthetic, solid 6 for the aesthetic. I think you're right. Nice
He likes
tradition. Nice traditional
I like
look
the
to the bottle. But it's lying to you. That's why I can't give it too high of a score. You know? The aesthetic it's a nice traditional label, and so it deceives you. Like, oh, that looks like a drink like I've had before. You know, and it's not.
It's not.
It's not at all.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Any thoughts on the aesthetic?
I think it's great aesthetics. I'm going to go 9.
Just loving the
Wow.
bottle.
I love that it's like yellow and red and black, almost like rat poisoning or
Yeah.
like a warning. You know, if you go into any bar in Chicago, like that bottle jumps out so much that you never have to ask if, no matter how many bottles they have behind, you can tell within 3 seconds if they serve Malört because that bottle just pops out due to its coloring.
Great design.
So I'm going to say a 9.
Wow,
Brilliant.
it's up there.
I like it.
How useful is it?
This is tough.
Can you add it to do you think we're going to see it in chef programs? You know, like Kitchen Nightmare, and somebody's made like a beef thing and they do a flambe with Malört.
Yeah, it's definitely great
mean,
for destruction. I mean, it doesn't have to be just for creating
No,
It's not.
cuisines or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's real useful as an ingredient.
okay,
But
right.
it's very useful as a bonding experience in Chicago.
Yeah,
like a lot of
right,
people,
yeah.
like that's like your first
Right.
official Chicago memory
Mm-hmm.
was like you moved to the city and there's 2 things that happen to make you a Chicagoan. You get your car towed and you do a shot of Malört, you know? And so I think like I consider it like a 10 on usefulness because I think it's like part of this like tribal, you join our group type thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it's bringing together a society of people, that's extremely useful. You wouldn't put it, I don't think you'd do like a Malört and tonic or a Malört and soda. Is that what people might do?
Oh,
No,
I
it's
don't
just
know
a shot.
Yeah, I think you just have to do the
It's almost
Malört
always
with
just a shot.
There must be. I bet there's
with
someone listening who's like,
sealant.
"What's
maybe.
everybody talking about? I love Malört."
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's people who love it. You don't know, like
Oh,
do
yeah.
you really, or if they're just really playing that character just to be arbitrary, you know?
But
then,
nobody
like,
goes in and says, "I'll have 3 ice cubes and a nice
Right,
tonic water
right.
and a Malört." I mean,
Or then sometimes you hear people like that and then you find out other detail. Like I heard one guy like that and then like I like he keeps excusing himself and then I realized like this guy smokes like 5,000 cigarettes a day. So this is
Right.
probably the only thing he can taste,
All
you know?
right, right.
that can cut through even tar. It'll cut through an inch of tar on your tongue.
Yeah.
It's still on my tongue.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of lingering taste, right? And I don't think you're adding this to cakes or pies.
No, it's more for your decks, like the seal, like kind of waterproof things or something like that. It's more of an outdoor, right?
Paint stripping.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean, I absolutely love that thing that you said, that it is useful because it can bring together maybe people on their first freshers week at university, people coming together as a bonding experience. That makes it very useful. I'm going to pump up the scores in terms of that. So I'll give it a 5.2.
I agree. I think things like that in a city are really important. When people come to Glasgow, there's always, it's fish and chips and iron brew and Tennant's lager and a good whiskey. There's good with things that you relate. So I'm going to give it a high one because of that.
Nice.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
Fantastic.
What about yourself, CJ? Is it useful?
Oh, as usefulness, I'll say 9.9, just because it's something that no one agrees on, and that's something we still need in society.
Love that.
Creative disagreement, like especially at a bar.
Love that.
A good old-fashioned discussion that can't be settled by Google or something. Just whole back and forth and pain and different opinions and
Brilliant.
Pain and joy and tears and eggs and it all comes into it.
Pain and joy and tears and eggs.
I got a spit take in Chicago.
Red Hot Chili Peppers' next album. Sean, did you give it a score? I know you said it was useful, but I don't think you gave it a score.
I'm going to go 10. I'm going to go 10.
Wow.
High scores for this.
A -3 to a 10.
Right.
All
Big range, a lot of record setting on this. That's what I'm saying about this, Malört. It creates so many different opinions on things,
Well, I wonder if my dad would like it, because my dad enjoys every so often a Campari and soda, and there's a little bit of that bitter astringentness.
You should get him a little bowl.
I'll
tell you what your mum wouldn't like. A smelly iceberg.
No, she would hate it. She would hate a smelly iceberg.
She'd probably slap my dad directly in the face.
Yeah. So don't make that. All right. Good. Well, that was a smashing one. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely. That was great.
On Billy and Dom Eat the World, we've said this to people since we started doing it. It doesn't always have to be something objectively great, like apple pie or, something super yummy. We just want interesting stuff. And that was certainly one of the more interesting things that we drank.
Certainly was not delicious by any means. No.
But a fascinating beverage, because people will drink that. Like tonight in Chicago, people are getting that down, right?
They will, absolutely will. Wow. Yeah, sure.
It's made me feel kind of weird.
Okay. Well, should we talk about that?
Yeah, remember there was a time when you that's what I'm saying. Remember there was a time when you liked it way back earlier in the show, you know what I mean? And it came out of the eyes, and now it's kind of down by the knees. It gets,
it's in a weird place now.
Yeah, it's
will it pass through, do you think, CJ?
It passes through kind of respiratory, kind of like kind of COVID-ish, kind of like through, like not actually inside and outside the system, but just kind of osmosis. It'll pass.
I'm looking forward to it when it's not in me anymore.
Right.
You've had a rough go of things recently, because
I think I had a bad oyster.
Physically, it'll be out of you, but spiritually, it'll always be a part of you.
Oh, always be part of me now.
Of course.
Well, before we let you guys go, tell us a little bit more about your podcast and what would bring people to listening to your podcast, and also where anyone can check you guys out on a weekly basis. Anyone?
Sure, absolutely. Well, the Blackout Diaries podcast, which comes out every Tuesday, our third episode. Like we said, it's a lot of great stories that have come from a live show from normal people and stand-up comics. Hilarious drunken stories. They not always have to be drunken, but it helps. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we did a search party episode the other day where a guy got so drunk he was missing. There was a search party for him, and then he woke up and joined his own search party looking for himself.
Did he find himself?
They found himself at the bar lately.
Okay.
Then he passed out again. It was a cycle that kept going.
Wow.
But,
what a time.
That's brilliant.
Right, things of that nature. So.
Well, check that out, the Blackout Diaries, wherever you get your podcasts. And then...
That sounds fun. I'm going to
Sean, you do a weekly live show of the Blackout Diaries. And does that become the podcast?
Yeah, every Friday at a place called the Lincoln Lodge at 10 p.m., and come by, check that out. We are sponsored by Malört, so if you saw this podcast and you're intrigued by Malört but haven't tried it yet, come to the Blackout Diaries and try it out.
Brilliant.
What's it called? The Lincoln what?
The Lincoln Lodge. It's a comedy theater on the north side of Chicago.
Longest running independent comedy show in America, ran by
Wow.
Englishman Mark Geary, actually.
Well, what a shame, because Billy and I were recently in Chicago, and if we'd have known about it, we could have taken a little jaunt over to the Lincoln Lodge.
And Lincoln Lodge is the only place in the world where you can get a smelly iceberg.
Yes, that is
so
true.
Enjoy it.
That is
ladies and
100% true, absolutely.
Gentlemen, it's been fantastic having you on. Thanks a lot for recommending the Malört, and we look forward to hearing the Blackout Diaries. What a great idea for a podcast.
Thank you, Don and Billy.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
That was fantastic. That was probably, I think, the toughest thing that I've certainly done on Billy and Dom Eat the World so far.
Drinking that.
Well,
it was still with me.
Well, like you said, that it's the taste mixed with the after kind of feelings. I barely had any, and I can feel it in my solar plexus.
I had a lot, and mine had an egg in it.
What are you doing?
Well, I didn't mean the egg to go in. What I did, you told the story about the tapas and you put it on a plate.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe if you put an egg on it, it would be the same. But the egg can change shape like a rat going down a drain pipe, and it went
slipped through your fingers.
It slipped them.
Yeah, and then it become very slippy.
Slipped them. And then I drank it, and I wish it.
Oh, an eggy drink.
Yeah, it's sitting with me. It's sitting, Dom.
It was lovely to have CJ and Sean on. That sounds like a great show.
Yeah, that would be great. Very funny men.
We've all had nights out, even if you've not been drinking, where you kind of think, woo, that was an adventurous night out. We've all been there. And like CJ said to us after we finished the podcast, there's no shame associated with that show. I think more than anything else, what they're trying to say is, we've all been there.
We've all got stories. We've all had to shit off the side of a canoe at some point.
Yeah, we've all been there. It's fine. So check out their show. We've run out of time, but let's tell people a few things about what's going on.
Well, we've got the art thing. What are we calling that again?
Fanart.
The Fanart episode where we're going to look at people's art, fan art.
Fanart.
And that's going to be sometime around the 5th of September, Labor Day here in America. And if you've made anything that's sort of Lord of the Rings or Billy and Dom or Friendship Onion, please send it our way and we'll open it up on that episode. That would be great.
We'll open it up on the show and hopefully we'll find places on the wall where we can put it and it will live permanently on the Friendship Onion wall. You can also rate, review and subscribe to our podcast. If you subscribe to the podcast but you've not rated or reviewed it, give us a little 5-star rating. Give us a little 1-sentence review. It super helps us continue to make this show. You can leave questions, comments and concerns at the Friendship Onion at YouTube and you can watch us there. And you can also leave a voicemail at
speakpipe.com/The Friendship Onion. Or you can send us emails to thefriendshiponion@castmedia.com. You can also get our merchandise, merch, they call it, at thefriendshiponionpodcast.com.
Yes, and if you'd like to send in suggestions for things for Billy and I to eat or drink on Billy and Dom Eat the World, remember, it doesn't need to be amazingly pleasant food. It can be just interesting food. See if you can find something that we can actually find in the United States. Unfortunately, people have given us great suggestions from around the world, but it's stuff that you can't get into the United States. So hopefully something that we can find here in California. And we will see you guys next week
on the Friendship Onion.
Toodles!
Harmonize with me and hold me tight all through the night. You're shining bright, I'm your oyster, baby, you're my pearl.